Continuing from the previous episode 665. Team Leader. Light. Upon seeing this, the other 4 teammates of the Dawning team immediately shouted at the place where the Light Road was fighting. It has to be said that the cooperation between the 4 members of the Dawning team is absolutely seamless. Although Mu Yingying has the Holy Flame, she cannot exert the true power of the Holy Flame. In addition, there is no cooperation with Ling Xuan. The two deal with the Dawn. The team of 4 is still extremely difficult. Now that the 4 members of the Dawning team have diverted their attention because they are worried about the light path, the pressure on Mu Yingying has eased. How is it? Mu Yingying immediately said to Ling Zan, who was beside her, not caring about Xiao Yan's situation. Although this Ling Xuan is not a good person, there is no doubt about her strength in the middle stage of the 6-star Do Emperor. Even with the strength of life and the endless terrifying fighting skills, she will have a chance to fight against the average 6-star Do Emperor in the late stage. Force. I'm fine, the cooperation of these 4 is too tight, we must think of other ways, otherwise we won't be able to hold on until Xiao Yan defeats Guang Lu. Ling Zan said, and then her beautiful eyes turned slightly. We are like this. The next moment, Ling Zan and Mu Yingying whispered as if they were planning something. As for Mu Feng and LVDI, they had already withdrawn from the battle because they consumed too much vindictive energy. Cough, cough. Under Xiao Yan's fierce attack, Guanglu's neat clothes had extremely obvious wrinkles, and even there were scars on his body. Xiao Yan, I have to say that you are very strong, but that's it. Guanglu's aura suddenly shook, obviously being irritated by Xiao Yan's soul attack just now. Hearing this, Xiao Yan suddenly stared at the light road not far from the light road. For some reason, the faint terrifying fluctuations emanating from the light road caused Xiao Yan to be slightly startled. Let's show you the strength of a real 6-star duty-perfected powerhouse. After Guanglu finished speaking, the dazzling white energy suddenly flowed from his body. The white energy of life was condensed into 3 white light balls. The upper white light ball spins at high speed directly on the surface of the light path body. Every rotation of the 3 white light spheres drives extremely terrifying power. I didn't expect my teammates to even use this. This is what the captain has worked hard to do to deal with the guys in the ground team. Qianzhang opened his mouth slightly, with a hint of fear in his voice. Facing Guanglu's methods, even if he can only temporarily avoid the edge. This Xiao Yan's strength is really terrifying. When he knew that he was a pharmacist, he should have reminded Guanglu to pay attention. It was still a miscalculation, but nothing happened. Seeing this, Anli calmed down slightly, obviously a little the taste of self-blame. Since the teammates have already made a real move, it is not good for us to hide and tuck. Do your best to defeat these 2. Tan Xiaoyang's eyes exuded a very arrogant arrogance. Shabu shabu. As soon as the voice fell, the 4 of them suddenly attacked Mu Yingying and Mu Yingying. The 2 of Mu Yingying resisted as hard as they did just now, but they exchanged glances from time to time, as if they were conveying some kind of information. What is this? Seeing this, Xiao Yan couldn't help but be slightly taken aback. Obviously, this was the first time he saw Guanglu's situation. It's okay to tell you that every person who breaks through the 6-star Do Emperor's life calamity will more or less give birth to the power of birth in his body. The power of birth that is born replaces the fighting chi, because it is stronger and more lethal than the fighting chi. However, the strength of life also has the same attributes as the fighting spirit. My attribute is wind. As for the 3 white pieces in front of me, I cultivated them out. The attributes of the power of life, generally only the 7-star Do Emperor powerhouses will be born. After Guanglu finished speaking, the pride between the lines became even more arrogant, but the 3 white asterisk of the power of life that were spinning at a high speed exuded a burst of energy. It made Xiao Yan shudder. What this guy said is not bad. Generally, the power of the 6-star Do Emperor is only beginning to take shape in the body. Only after breaking through the 7-star Do Emperor, the energy in the body will be divided into attributes like Do Qi. This guy is just a complete 6-star Do Emperor, and the energy in his body already has the wind attribute. It can be seen that his talent is extraordinary. If it goes on for a long time, I am afraid that he will grow into a strong man that cannot be underestimated. Xin Yan is quite the way of praise. Damn, this guy's life force is too terrifying. I'm afraid I can't break through his outermost life force right now. Xiao Yan stared at Guanglu and said immediately, "He, I have my own way of doing this. Although the strength of life is more powerful than fighting qi, there is no doubt that compared to your Emperor's flame, it can only be regarded as 8 pounds. After all, even if you don't use holy flame, it is only you. This Emperor Yan is not easy." After Xin Yan finished speaking, a message entered Xiao Yan's mind. So it is. Xiao Yan understood the meaning of Xin Yan in the next moment, and then followed Guanglu to learn. Boom boom boom. Not long after, Xiao Yan's body, the same 3 brilliant fiery red do qi *** spun violently. Each rotation will bring extremely violent flames. When Guanglu saw this, Xiao Yan was actually stealing his tricks. He was immediately a little angry and then looked at Xiao Yan indignantly. "Come on, let me see how powerful you are, the 6-star Do Emperor you are proud of." In the next instant, Xiao Yan's strength in the late stage of the 6-star Do Emperor had risen to the peak, and the ancient ruler of the eternal fire emitted from his hand. A burst of dazzling flame shouted to the light path. "Today, I'll let you know the gap between the 6-star Do Emperor consummation and the late 6-star Do Emperor." Fengji Rosh. With a loud shout, the 3 white *** condensed by the energy of life on Guanglu's body suddenly shot at Xiao Yan like a soul chasing death. The space passing through on the way is extremely shocking because of the 2 huge force. It's such a terrifying fluctuation, but... Stone gravel burial. A strange smile suddenly appeared at the corner of Xiao Yan's mouth, and then an indescribable flame that purifies the world suddenly erupted from Xiao Yan's body. At the same time, on the ground, bursts of rubble rose to the ground, and the sand and rocks were blown away, which was extremely shocking. Guanglu was still winning, but at this time, his pupils suddenly shrank tightly, and a fear filled his heart. With the noble status of Guanglu, it is natural to know from the moment that the yellow flame on Xiao Yan's body appeared, that it was the holy flame. It's actually the power of holy flame? So, the incurable disease that has plagued Guanglu's father for hundreds of years has already taken hold. Anli, who had already pushed Mu Yingying and Lingxuan into a desperate situation, said in disbelief. Boom boom boom. At this moment, in the sky, Guanglu's 3 white lifelike powers and Xiao Yan's rock-shattering burial were about to collide together. A shocking scene appeared in this space. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 666. Boom boom boom. Rocks of hundreds of meters in size rose directly to the ground, and then gathered in the sky, facing the 3 white life force energy *** whistling from the light path. I was not afraid. It seems that Xiao Yan is really strong. The next moment, Guanglu's arrogance also sank instantly, because he knew better than anyone the attractiveness and danger of Shen Yan. For them, a holy flame is so precious and hard to find. It can be said unceremoniously that even in the entire Xuanling continent, even in Xuanxin Santian, there is no trace of the holy flame spread out, which also creates the treasure of holy flame. And Guanglu and Anli are not from Xuanling continent, they are from other continents on Do Di Sifang continent, and they came to Fenxiang Pavilion just for cultivation. Boom boom boom. The terrifying wind attribute energy ball was suddenly absorbed by the rock fragment, and then turned into dust, without any trace of dust. All stop. At the next moment, Guanglu opened his mouth slightly, and there was a rare gratification in his voice. When Xiao Yan heard the words, he did not immediately attack, but slowly stared at Guanglu. With his powerful soul power, Xiao Yan had already found that Guanglu's life force was fully recovered, as if he had given up fighting. Captain. Seeing this, Qianzhong was in a hurry. He was about to defeat Xiao Yan and the others and get the wooden card to enter the 3 major mountain ranges. Xiao Yan, the attack you just unleashed should have come from the power of holy flame, right? Guanglu asked in a stunned look. Well, it was discovered. Xiao Yan did not deny it. After all, this terrifying attack intensity is probably only possessed by the holy flame, and each holy flame has unique attributes, which naturally cannot escape the eyes of the light path. It really is holy flame. No wonder I was able to kill the twin ghost emperors. The next moment, Guanglu laughed in relief. What kind of medicine is sold in this Guanglu gourd? Xiao Yan couldn't help but wonder. Xiao Yan, I'm not from this Xuanling continent. For you, we are just outsiders, but I was born in a royal family, and I came to Burning Incense Pavilion in order to avoid the open and secret battles between the court. My father in the family has a serious illness that cannot be cured without holy flames. If it is possible, I would like to invite Brother Xiao Yan to go to the Empire after the sect competition and rescue my father. As for the reward, Brother Xiao Yan can just mention it. Guanglu said with a hoarse voice in his voice. What the hell? Xiao Yan felt his heart sink somewhat. This light path. Mu Feng and Mu Feng were a little surprised when they heard the words. Even they, when they are fighting, can feel the invisible sense of contempt in the light path. From this look, they know that they were born extraordinary, and now they lower their posture for the father and king. It can be seen that his father importance of the king to him. Imperial forces are too complicated. I'd better not go to this muddy water. Xiao Yan shook his head slowly. Kaylin has already established a firm foothold among the Medusa clan. After the sect competition is over, she will follow Kaylin to find Zuner. At that time, the family mystery is still haunting her, so how can she help this Guanglu? Xiao Yan, I beg you, you must help me. The next moment, Guanglu's knees bent directly, and then instantly knelt down to face him. Light, Captain. At that time, the 4 members of the Dawn team shouted loudly. Ever since they joined the Fenxiang Pavilion, the 3 of them, Tan Xiaoyang and Qianzhong Qianchu, have very much agreed with this light path, not only because of his magnificent bearing, but also because of the captain's spirit who knows how to be anxious, so that the 3 of them are willing to be teammates. I didn't expect that the holy flame on Xiao Yan's body could actually make Guanglu, who has always been arrogant, let go of his so-called pride. Since he was born to the present, in all these years, I have never seen Guang like this. Secretly heartbroken cannot help but a little cold. I promise you, if I have time, I will naturally go there, but although I have holy flame, I don't dare to guarantee this thing. Xiao Yan could only say helplessly. Xiao Yan, thank you. But in the sect competition, I won't lose to you. Guanglu instantly regained his composure, stood up, and said to Xiao Yan. I also hope that I can have a good fight. Xiao Yan said with a smile. Okay, since that's the case, then Anli and I will also leave Luoling Mountain, just for the 3 of you. After Guanglu finished speaking, he naturally felt a little ashamed. These 3,000 feet were eliminated because of themselves. Captain, it's fine. Since Brother Xiao Yan has agreed to see your father, then we will naturally not be others. Since we're leaving, let's go together. The 3 of them said at the same time, without the slightest resentment because of Guanglu's presumptuous proposition. Okay. Guanglu didn't see the wrong person. After Guanglu finished speaking, he took out a wooden token from his arms, threw it directly to Xiao Yan, and then clasped his fists to say goodbye. Xiao Yan, farewell. I hope you can defeat the ground team, those guys in the ground team, but even I find it difficult. We are waiting for your triumph in the Burning Incense Pavilion. As soon as the words fell, Shi Lu left here with his 4 captains. At that time, there were only 5 people left here, Xiao Yan. Is this a soldier who subdues without fighting? Mu Feng joked. Come on, don't be sloppy, quickly restore the grudge in your body, and prepare to enter the 3 major mountain ranges. Xiao Yan gave Mu Feng a helpless glance. Hey, I have a hunch, it seems that the calamity is about to end. Several high-level medicinal pills appeared in Mu Feng's hands, and then he swallowed them without hesitation. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang Wu, Kai 8. Approximately 1 ZS. Koem, me too. Green Flute was also like Mu Feng. Since that's the case, we'd better enter first to make a breakthrough. Otherwise, if we stay in the outside world for too long, I'm afraid that the guys from the ground team will take the lead. Xiao Yan said with a smile. Xiao Yan, is that flame on your body really holy flame? Ling Zan walked slightly to Xiao Yan's side and whispered. Shengen, what a familiar name. But it is something that countless people have been searching for throughout their lives. Once you have a holy flame, you can be said to be a real powerhouse. There are many secrets in the holy flame, but as for what kind of power it possesses, I am afraid that only the owner of the holy flame can know. Yes, Xiao Yan said lightly. However, when Xiao Yan just used the heavenly burial of shattered rocks, Xiao Yan clearly felt that his control over Saint Flame was not absolute, and he couldn't help but take some precautions against the spiritual heart rock of Saint Flame in his body. In other words, Xiao Yan just felt that Xin Yan's control over Shengen even surpassed him. Are you alright? Xin Yan naturally didn't know what Xiao Yan was thinking, so she spoke slightly. It's fine, Xiao Yan responded. What is this guy doing? Could it be that he found something? But it shouldn't be. The source power of the holy flame was also swallowed by him. As for the burial of the broken rock, there shouldn't be any clues. It's really strange. I hope he won't find out. If I don't, I will die, Xin Yan said slightly in her heart, and then she fell silent. This guy actually has holy flame. At this moment, the pride that Lingxuan was proud of was indifferent. Okay, let's hurry up and recover the vindictive qi, and we will enter directly. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, he took the lead in swallowing the medicinal pill and then continued to absorb it. When the others saw this, they also imitated it. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 667. Hey, these little guys are not bad. They were able to enter the final with a late 6-star fighting emperor, a 6-star early fighting emperor, and 2 5-star fighting emperors who were successful teammates. That girl Lingxuan, the hall master ordered me to take good care of her, but it looks like she should have entered the finals. I didn't expect that after so many years of silence in the Hall of People, a disciple as evil as Xiao Yan finally appeared. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Co M. The Lingyun women's team and the Dawning team were both defeated by him. It's really not a simple little guy. Inside a quiet wooden house, Shang Yuan was looking at the 10 stones on the table with a smile. These 10 stones record the life and death of Xiao Yan and his 10 teams. If one is injured, the stone will issue a warning. Now, among the 10 stones, 8 have lost their luster, and only the remaining ones are left. The stones of Xiao Yan and the other 2 teams from the ground team were still glowing. It seems that this time's final, unsurprisingly, should be between Xiao Yan's team in the Human Palace and the strongest team in the Earth Palace. I really look forward to it. The powerhouse will compete. Shang Yuan finished speaking, and did not enter the wooden house directly. This appearance is obviously rushing to the 3 major mountain ranges. After all, the 3 major mountain ranges are very dangerous. If there is any damage to these 2 teams, I am afraid that Shang Yuan will not be able to take this responsibility. In this competition, there are a total of 3 difficulties, and the first place in each difficulty is selected to form the top 3 of this trial. Xiao Yan and the others were still recovering their fighting spirit at the entrance of the 3 major mountain ranges. As for the 5 members of the ground team who had entered the 3 major mountain ranges, they had different circumstances. The 5 members of the ground team had just arrived at the entrance of the 3 major mountain ranges, and they directly passed the mysterious restriction with the help of 3 wooden signs, and then entered the 3 major mountain ranges. It is strange to say, although this place has been monopolized by the Fenxiang Pavilion, and no outsiders are allowed to enter, but this is the case. The top management of the Fenxiang Pavilion has not yet figured out what is going on with the mysterious prohibition in these 3 major mountain ranges. Every time you use 3 wooden cards to enter the 3 mountain ranges, you cannot go directly to the designated mountain range, but teleport immediately. This uncertainty greatly deepens the danger of this competition. Where is this? The 5 members of the ground team had just passed through the mysterious restriction at the entrance of the 3 major mountain ranges, and they were scattered by an inexplicable powerful force. At that time, the 5 highest-ranking people in this hall will be scattered directly. There are 5 people in the ground team. They are the 2nd senior brother of the ground hall, Zhu Yuan, a half-step 7-star duty strongman, the 3rd senior brother Zhang Wumeng, a 6-star duty perfect powerhouse, the 4th senior brother Xingyu, the late 6-star duty emperor, 5th senior brother Wang Chen, the middle stage of the 6-star Do Di. In addition, the only woman in the team is also a person with a very mysterious identity, a disciple of Qing Lao, Qin Xin, a late 6-star Do emperor. The first to bear the brunt is that Zhu Yuan. Zhu Yuan's strength has reached the half-step 7-star fighting emperor. Naturally, he will not be afraid of these 3 mountain ranges, because with his tyrannical strength, he believes that no matter what mountain range he enters, he can easily deal with it. Damn it, they were actually separated. This has never happened before. What happened in these 3 major mountain ranges? Zhu Yuan was dressed in white, with a rather well-proportioned figure and the arrogance that radiated from his brows from time to time. He really deserved to be the 2nd senior brother Earth Hall. After thinking for a while, Zhu Yuan stopped struggling indifferently, but looked around. Zhu Yuan could only see a foggy area around him, and the visibility was extremely low, and he couldn't even see his fingers. Has the sense of perception failed? The next moment, Zhu Yuan used the power of his body to try to spread it out, but found that it was unsuccessful. You have to be a little more careful. I'm afraid that living in these three major mountain ranges are dead beasts of great strength. Shaking his head, Zhu Yuan said, I just don't know what happened to the other people. Also, Qinxin, you will belong to me sooner or later. You can't do anything. After Zhu Yuan finished speaking, he moved quickly, apparently heading towards the mountain range, but Zhu Yuan didn't know that the current mountain range is not the Five Elements mountain range, but the Tianmu mountain range. Cough, cough. The second in the team was Wang Chen. Wang Chen's luck was good. He came to the Five Elements mountain range where the Five Elements beasts lived, followed by the four senior brothers Xingyu. Xingyu was covered in a blue Taoist robe, and the gentleness between his lips and teeth looked like a monk who didn't eat human fireworks. Wang Chen, where are the second senior brothers? Xingyu just stabilized, then glanced around, and found that he didn't see anyone other than Wang Chen, and immediately asked, slightly puzzled. I don't know, it seems that some strange changes have taken place in these three mountain ranges. I vaguely remember that the senior brothers who participated in the Luoling mountain trial said that at the entrance of the three mountain ranges, the same team entered. It is only possible that all 5 people were transported to the same place. Now it seems that this should be the case. What happened inside the three mountain ranges? Wang Chen analyzed. Let's look around first, maybe a few of them are near us. If it's not there, I'm afraid it will be troublesome. Xingyu said. Wang Chen replied, just about to look around, but heard Xingyu's words. Be careful, not to mention how terrifying the strength of the five-element beast is. The dead beast that can live in the five-element mountain range is much more tyrannical than the outside. Xingyu finished speaking, the energy of life directly emerged. For fear of any danger. In addition to this, there is also the equally terrifying third senior brother Zhang Wumeng in the ground team, who has the perfect strength of the 6-star Do Di. Plop. With a sound, a figure sank directly into the lake, only to hear a scream, and a tall figure suddenly struggled in the water. Bastard. This was designed by that bastard, isn't this a scam? A voice of dissatisfaction came out in an instant, and then the figure rose directly from the lake and came to the land. It's really unfortunate, it's so unfortunate just after entering the three major mountain ranges. Didn't you say there are 10 teams participating? Why are the teams participating this time so weak? It's not fun. Let me see how the dead beasts in these three mountain ranges are more challenging. Zhang Wumeng was free and easy, and he didn't notice that the other teammates were no longer there, but went directly to the depths of the mountain range. It's just that Zhang Wumeng and Zhu Yuan were both teleported to the Tianmu Mountains. This is. A shadowy figure slowly appeared in a secluded small forest. When Qianying just appeared, her beautiful eyes jumped around. This beautiful figure, covered in a skirt, has 3,000 blue silk falling vertically. Her beautiful hair seems to exude a hint of danger, and her skin that can be broken by blows is quite attractive, a full-fledged beauty embryo. Is it still separated as the master said? This should be the most mysterious boundless lesser. According to the master, the overlord of the boundless mountain should be planning something. This time, let me uncover your true veil. After Qin Xin finished speaking, there was a hint of determination on the shadow, and then she walked towards Boundless Mountain. Susu, someone is coming. Look at the breath, it's the people of the Burning Incense Pavilion. Well, this time, I'll let you all enjoy this feast together. In the cave at the top of Wuliang Mountain, bursts of abnormal asterisk smells continued to radiate. The child in the middle of Ding let out a very strange smile. As for the 2 giant cauldrons beside the child, one cauldron was filled with extremely thick blood, and the other was filled with something like a magic nucleus. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 668. In the blink of an eye, after 3 days passed, Xiaoyan and his group's strength recovered 80 out of 10 with Xiaoyan's endless high-level medicinal pills. As for Mu Feng and Lu Flute, it was also vaguely due to this high-level battle. About to touch the threshold of the 6-star fighting emperor's life calamity. Since everyone's reply is almost the same, then it's time to enter the 3 major mountain ranges. Xiaoyan got up first and said to the 4 next to him, It's almost there. I can feel the strength in my body is improving. If I wasn't in a hurry during the competition, I'm afraid I can try to break through the 6-star Do Emperor life calamity right now. Mu Feng heard the words and grinned. Breaking through the 6-star Do Emperor's life calamity, this matter can't be rushed, otherwise. Green Flute and Mu Feng were in the same situation, but only spoke slightly. Obviously, to break through the 6-star Do Emperor's life calamity, one must be fully prepared. Hey, I know, that's what I said casually. Mu Feng naturally knew the concern of Green Flute and laughed. Are you two okay? Xiao Yan asked Ling Zan and Mu Yingying. He, you also know that you care about people. Just now, the two of us dealt with the 4 powerhouses of the Dawning team, we and I. Ling Zan just thought about Xiao Yan being shabby for a while, and found that Xiao Yan just dealt with the light path of the Dawning team. The 6-star Do D consummate powerhouse, the tyranny of the light path, Ling Xuan is obvious to all, so she can't help but be speechless. We're fine. It's you just used the power of Holy Flame. Are you alright? Mu Yingying smiled slightly. It's okay, the first time I used the power of the Holy Flame, I didn't control the Holy Flame. But if there is a next time, I believe that the light path will not last for 5 minutes in my hands. Xiao Yan smiled confidently. This is not a joke. If Xiao Yan uses the Holy Flame, the most terrifying power of the Holy Flame will directly suppress the opponent. In addition to the horror of the Holy Flame, Xiao Yan is confident that he is absolutely invincible under the 7-star Do Emperor. If that's the case, then let's go. Xiao Yan got up and walked towards the boulders in front of the 5. This boulder is very conspicuous, and at a glance, it is known that it is the place where 3 wooden signs are placed for entry. We have a lot of wooden tokens now. The group of 5 slowly came to the boulder, and then Mu Feng looked at the wooden tokens in Xiao Yan's hand and couldn't help laughing. There's no way. There are only 3 pieces of this wooden plaque that are useful. Once we enter, the other wooden plaques will turn into dust. Ling Xuan said, I always feel that this mission is not just as simple as defeating the 5 elements beasts, and it seems that these 3 mountain ranges make me feel uneasy. Mu Yingying slowly stared at the 3 mountain ranges hidden behind the boulder. Speak now, let's go ahead and talk about it. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, he immediately took out 3 wooden tokens from his hand and threw them at the 3 grooves on the boulder. Shabu shabu. The 3 wooden plaques entered the groove on the boulder accurately, and then the boulder suddenly emitted a dazzling halo. The next moment, Xiao Yan and the others were immediately enveloped by the dazzling halo. Boom boom boom. There was a sound like a cogwheel of a giant wheel, and then the figures of Xiao Yan and the 5 became transparent, passed through the huge rock directly, and then disappeared. Cough cough cough. What a powerful suppressing force. In this mystery, Xiao Yan suddenly felt an indescribable pressure during the teleportation process, so he could only grit his teeth secretly. Su, these guys, there seems to be something good in there. Right behind Xiao Yan, the Yinmu sent by the Ghost Emperor slowly made a very eerie sound, and immediately said, however, the restriction here is so strong. If it wasn't for the existence of ghosts here, or I wouldn't be able to enter here, it would be God's help for me. After Yinmu finished speaking, he went directly to the place where Xiao Yan and the others disappeared before the boulder. A spooky black aura gushed out directly, and then merged with a very faint ghostly aura behind the boulder. The next moment, Yinmu's figure disappeared directly, apparently entering the 3 major mountain ranges. Boom boom boom. Xiao Yan's group of 5 had already entered the 3 major mountain ranges through the teleportation of the boulder, but at the last moment, a huge and irresistible force attacked and swept the 5 people away. Bastard. Seeing this, Mu Feng was very anxious, because these 3 mountain ranges are not a joke. If you are not careful, I'm afraid that the situation will be extremely bad. Moreover, Mu Feng is only the perfect strength of the 5-star Do Emperor. In the mountains, it is quite difficult. Why are these 3 mountain ranges so weird? Mu Feng scolded a few words secretly, then calmed down, and just came to one of these 3 mountain ranges. He felt a gloomy and eerie aura. This aura was not ordinary ghosts or a bit like creatures made up of decent people and ghosts. This should be the 5 elements mountain range, but I don't know where Xiao Yan and the others went. Mu Feng spoke slowly and then said. After Mu Feng finished speaking, the dark blue battle chi poured out from his body, the wooden sword was clenched tightly in his hand, and he was always vigilant in all directions. As for LVDI and Lingxuan, they came to the Tianmu Mountains. Where are the others? Green Flute had just stabilized her figure when she realized that Xiao Yan and the others were gone, and said immediately, "Do not know. This kind of thing has never happened in these three major mountain ranges. I don't know what happened recently. It's really weird." Ling Zan looked around slightly and said, "In the past, every time they had this kind of competition in the Burning Incense Pavilion, Lingxuan would know more or less some rules and stories from her father, but she had never heard her father talk about such a situation, and she was immediately shocked. Here, otherwise, the Five Elements mountain range, where the Five Elements beasts live, is a bit like the Tianmu mountain range." After looking around for a while, Ling Zan also found something wrong. The Five Elements mountain range is dominated by the Five Elements beasts, and they all show the number of the Five Elements. Whether it is the direction of the mountains or some trees, they all show the Five Elements. There are no rules in the Tianmu mountain range, but this place is extremely dangerous than the Five Elements mountain range. If you are not careful, you will be distracted by the Tianmu giant beast, and I am afraid that the immortal fighting powerhouse will not be able to do anything. As for the most dangerous Boundless Mountain, it was shrouded in smoke all day long. Be careful, the Tianmu Mountains are no better than the Five Elements Mountains. We should go out here first to find Xiao Yan and the others. I don't know where they went. After Ling Zan finished speaking, she slowly looked around and walked slowly. Sure enough, they were scattered. Xiao Yan and Mu Yingying came to Boundless Mountain. Before I entered this place, I felt that something was abnormal in this place. Mu Yingying glanced around with her beautiful eyes, and found that the three of Green Flute, Mu Fengling, and Lingxuan were nowhere to be seen. Naturally, she had expected it. I also feel that there seems to be something unusual here. Why don't you go in and take a look? Xiao Yan said with a smile. That's what I meant, Mu Yingying said with a smile. As soon as Mu Yingying finished speaking, the blue holy flame suddenly poured out, and then shot directly at Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan's eyes are fast, but when he was just about to make it seem like he saw Mu Yingying winking at him, he immediately let Mu Yingying attack. Your holy flame. There seems to be something wrong. Mu Yingying knocked back Xiao Yan a few steps with one palm, and then on Xiao Yan's body, the heart rock seemed to fall into some kind of deep sleep. Cough cough cough. What's the problem? Xiao Yan stabilized his mind, not knowing why Mu Yingying's attack just now put Xin Yan into a deep sleep, and immediately spoke up. Set a small goal first, such as 1 second to remember. Shukju mobile version reading website. Continuing from the previous episode 669. What's the problem? Xiao Yan was naturally not injured in the face of Mu Yingying's attack, but this Mu Yingying's attack just now was clearly aimed at the heart rock in Xiao Yan's body. I don't know, but when you just displayed the source power of the holy flame, I clearly felt that you are not the real master of the holy flame. Maybe it's the holy flame spirit in your body, and you are just a medium through which he releases his power. The attack I just attacked was aimed at the holy flame spirit in your body, which can make it fall into a deep sleep for a short time. Mu Yingying's big eyes full of spirituality beat a few times. How can it be? I devoured the holy flame back then, and the source of holy flame is also in my body, but the spirit of holy flame still exists in my body now. Xiao Yan was shocked, because what Mu Yingying said was true. When he just dealt with Guanglu, he really used the holy flame's source power for the gravel burial, but Xiao Yan found that his use of the holy flame was not as handy as he imagined. Even if it is the first time to use the holy flame origin power rock shattering sky burial, it should not only have that kind of power. Having swallowed the holy flame does not mean that you can truly possess the holy flame. Although it is not very clear, I can feel that the holy flame spirit in your body seems to have other ideas. The holy flame is one of the most powerful things in this world. If you control all the holy flames, I am afraid that with the use of the source power of holy flames, the light path will be instantly defeated by you. Even if you deliberately suppress the power of holy flames, the light path is absolutely impossible to resist. Because that is holy flame. So I think there is something wrong with the holy flame in your body, or the holy flame spirit in your body. Mu Yingying said lightly, Is there any solution? Xiao Yan calmed down and spoke immediately. Since this Mu Yingying dared to do this, it means that this guy has more or less certainty. Back then, you helped me overcome the calamity. but now I help you solve the problem of the holy flame in your body, and everyone can be considered equal. Mu Yingying pouted slightly. It is true that every holy flame will give birth to a holy flame spirit, but this holy flame spirit is a part of holy flame itself. So your current power of holy flame has been divided into two indistinguishable parts. A part of the source of holy flame in your body, and a part of the spirit of holy flame in your body. If you want to truly conquer holy flame, you must swallow that holy flame spirit in order to have real holy flame. Mu Yingying said seriously, devouring the spirit of sacred flame? Xiao Yan was slightly startled when he heard this. Obviously what Mu Yingying said was true. Yes, devour the holy flame spirit. Only then can the holy flame in your body be called the real holy flame. Otherwise, if you allow this holy flame spirit to exist, it is impossible to say that there will be some other changes in the future. Mu Yingying lowered her voice. A few voices. Indeed. Hearing this, Xiao Yan nodded, and then spoke slowly. But in my heart I was thinking about the relationship between Xin Yan and Huizintian. Close your eyes and rest, I'll see if I can help you. The next moment, Mu Yingying walked slightly to Xiao Yan, her beautiful eyes flickering slightly, as if she was thinking about something. Okay. Seeing this, Xiao Yan immediately sat cross-legged and closed his eyes as Mu Yingying said. Mu Yingying exuded the power of azure holy flame all over her body, and after a little hesitation, she went directly towards Xiao Yan's body. No, the strength of your holy flame spirit, I am afraid that only the powerhouses above the 7-star Do Emperor can solve it. I am not good now. And if you forcefully help you swallow it, I'm afraid it will affect your origin. After a while, Mu Yingying shook her head and said, forget it. Don't worry about this right now. Now you are not strong enough to swallow it, but I have to remind you that this holy flame spirit is extremely hostile to human beings. You better be on guard. Mu Yingying finished. Slowly withdrew the power of his azure holy flame. It seems that this is the only way to go. After Xiao Yan finished speaking, he naturally nodded his head. Let's go. Let's go to the Boundless Mountain first. After Mu Yingying finished speaking, she got up slightly and walked towards the Boundless Mountain, which was shrouded in smoke. This Mu Yingying's control of the holy flame is probably still above me. Xiao Yan murmured, and it was really weird to say it. The flame on Mu Yingying's body is indeed holy flame, but it is true from the beginning to the end. I haven't seen Mu Yingying summoning the spirit of holy flame, so I'm afraid she has already been assimilated by it. Shabu shabu. Without a word, Mu Yingying and Xiao Yan walked one after the other on the winding path, looking around, in order to prevent danger. Strange, the two of us have walked a short distance, why haven't we encountered any dead beast? It stands to reason that the dead beasts that can live in this boundless mountain are probably of a certain strength, but we haven't seen any dead beasts after entering this place for a long time. This is obviously not in line with common sense. Xiao Yan looked around, then he spoke slowly. Be careful. I think the secret should be on the top of the mountain. After Mu Yingying finished speaking, she became vigilant. Yes, Xiao Yan had just agreed, and suddenly felt a hot force in his body slowly awakening. Xiao Yan, what happened just now? The next moment, Xin Yan woke up instantly, and asked in a questioning tone. It's nothing, just now Mu Yingying got out of control and fought against us. Fortunately, it's fine. Xiao Yan smiled casually, without any hesitation. Well, I'm sorry, the holy flame just backfired, and I almost... Mu Yingying also cooperated with Xiao Yan very much. I don't know which flower your holy flame is. Xin Yan heard the words and naturally felt that there were some scars on Xiao Yan's body, and naturally didn't realize that Xiao Yan and Mu Yingying deceived him together. Cough, cough, cough. Go back to you, Xiao Yan said directly the next moment. Your holy flame spirit is quite special. Mu Yingying smiled lightly. Yes. Xiao Yan naturally knew what Mu Yingying meant. No, if this Xiao Yan finds out about my relationship with Sheng Yan, I'm afraid my end will be quite miserable. But it's not my fault, Xiao Mu, you forced me to do all this. You treated me like that back then, you will take it all back from your clan now. The next moment, Xiao Yan said with a sternness in his heart. When Xin Yan returned to Xiao Yan's body, Xiao Yan and Mu Yingying walked towards the halfway of Wuliang Mountain at the same time, not knowing that a huge conspiracy was waiting for several people. At this time, at the top of Wuliang Mountain, in that mysterious cave, At this time, the place is already full of blood, and it is extremely bloody. Susu. It's really delicious. The dead beasts here were born for me. This time, let me escape from this ghost place with your long-cherished wish. Human, burning incense pavilion, Zon Santian. This emperor will one day make you all submit to my feet. The child made a gloomy voice, and then the two giant cauldrons beside them were full of blood essence and blood full of demon cores. The two giant cauldrons continued to converge on its tiny body. Every time they gather, there will be a lot of blood on this child's body. Nightcat, someone is here, go out and meet them. The next moment, the child seemed to remember something, and then the black-furred kitten perched beside the cave bellowed twice and headed down the mountain. As soon as Cat left, she immediately turned into a very enchanting woman, and kept saying, "The owner is really a lunatic. He actually wants to use such an extreme method to break through the restrictions of this Luoling mountain." Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang Yu, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS. Koan ask for tickets. End of this chapter.